Hello, I'm Heidi Eliopoulos, Superintendent for the School District of Altoona. In this short screencast, we'll review the results of the facility study that was conducted and talk through the various options that we considered for addressing our facility needs. During the 2021-2022 school year, we engaged an outside architectural firm to conduct a comprehensive facility study. They audited our space needs, repair and betterment needs, and our program needs. In regards to our space needs, we found that we need 8 middle school classrooms and 9 high school classrooms in addition to those we already have. Also, our science classrooms are undersized and need to be expanded. In addition to identifying these space needs, the audit produced a list of mechanical, repair, and replacement needs and rated each one as high, medium, or low importance. In addition to our space needs, we do have program needs. We have 3 business education classrooms sharing a single room divided up by cabinets. This is not conducive to learning due to multiple classes being taught in the same space at the same time. Also, it's unusual for a district this size not to have a designated auditorium. Right now, we use our choir room as our auditorium, but then have to set up a portable stage in gyms for our concerts. We are fortunate to have a program here in Altoona where students can become licensed CNA workers. However, we don't have the space for that program, so we currently have a temporary space set up in the little silver house adjacent to the high school parking lot. An Oakleaf Stadium, while new, was constructed without a locker room. For events there, our home football team or soccer team can walk into our school to use our locker room there, but visiting teams do not have access to a locker room, so they have no place to change, access a restroom, meet before or in the middle of the game, or access showers. Our architect costed out 3 sample solutions that could be used as a starting point when considering how to meet our needs. Option 1 would be to add on to the main campus and remodel existing space. This would meet some of our space needs and our programming needs by giving us the opportunity to add on. The challenges faced with this solution is the total cost, which would be between $68 and $80 million plus inflation over time. Would need to break it into phases, and our main campus is landlocked, so there are limits to this option. Option 2 would be to add on to our elementary school and move our intermediate school grades of 4th and 5th grade to the elementary school. This would again meet our space needs by moving 4th and 5th grade off campus. It would meet our programming needs as well by giving the chance to remodel the choir room and adding a locker room. The total cost of this option is also around $70 million. This would also need to be broken down into phases. And the most important challenge is this would result in an elementary school of over 800 students. The recommended size of an elementary school is between 300 and 400 students. While it'd be physically possible to add on to the elementary school, this is not a good educational option for our students. Option 3 would be to build a new high school and then do repair and betterment as needed on this campus, our main campus. This would meet all of our space and programming needs and would create an opportunity to develop spaces specifically designed for our programming. The challenge is that this total option would be $105 million plus inflation. This is the option that, while most expensive, actually couldn't be broken down into phases. Another challenge is that we would need 60 acres for a high school this size, and it could be very difficult to find that within district boundaries. It would take us to the edge of our borrowing capacity. There are limits on how much debt a school district can have, and a project like this would take us to those limits or even beyond, and the tax impact would be significant, which could make it a challenge to get support from residents in the form of a referendum vote. Option 4 was a variance on option 2. So option 4, we looked at building another school on the elementary school campus. This would allow us to move 4th and 5th grade off of the main campus while not making the size of our elementary school even bigger. It takes away the challenge of having that big elementary school. However, as we studied this option, we found that the way the elementary site is laid out does not lend itself to room for a second building. Other ideas that we've heard about would be adding 4 classes at the elementary school, which would not solve our space needs at the middle school. We need 17 classrooms between the middle school and high school, and this would only give us 4. If added 4 at the elementary school, would either need to move only part of the 4th grade or move all of the 4th grade and have very large classes. Large classes as in between 34 and 38 students per 4th grade class. The second idea we've heard is that we should add a second story onto the high school. The high school, unfortunately, was not designed to have a second story builded onto it. So adding one now would not only be very costly, but it'd require our taking off the current roof, exposing the first floor of the school to the elements so that we could either reinforce or replace the joists, and then add a cement roof back onto the first story to serve as the floor of the second story, and to then build a second story on top of that. So as you can see, we did run into some challenges as we looked for ways to meet our facility needs, our space needs, our programming needs. And in the next screencast, we'll talk about the unexpected opportunity that came up to purchase the NBI building.